Seve and Alexis have nearly escaped this wacky dream world. We went into Wallace Hollow, did everything there is to do there, beat the owl guy, and we tied up all the loose ends that there is to tie up here in this weird dimension that we find ourselves in. And now that we've tied up all the loose ends, the only thing that's left to do is to, well, finally leave here. So now that we've defeated Allo and unlocked this door, what do you say we head inside? And let's try to make our way out of this dream world. Here we go. The tower. What's up, Alexis? Alright, where are they? Where what? My nachos. Oh, they're probably at the top of that huge tower. No! Oh, she says the same thing. Okay, yeah, we gotta go and climb some this tower to get some nachos, which I totally forgot was the whole purpose of going on this adventure to begin with, is to find nachos. I also don't think that's how waterfalls work, but if you say so, game. Alright, so here we go. We have one final platforming gauntlet to close out the game. You might remember when we did it. Oh, that's not a good start. That's a bad start. That's the worst possible start. You might remember when we were doing Anxiety Tower, Alexis is like, hey, you were having trouble on this other tower, you're gonna have trouble with this one too. This is the other tower that Alexis was talking about. They intended you to do this one first, but because this level is where the actual ending to the game is, I decided to do things a little bit wacky and do them out of order instead. So we're saving this one for last. This is a lot easier than the other one, but it can still be a bit tricky. But yeah, compared to the Anxiety Tower, it's definitely a lot easier. For one, if you die, you don't have to do the entire level all over again, which is already an instant plus. But just in general, there's just like less crazy things going on. For example, keeping with the theme of them intending you to do this one first, this is where you learn about the, like, spring chicken mechanic here. We have a little isolated room here, where they teach you, hey, if you just do a little ground pound while the chicken's on your head, boing, you can go up these tall ledges. Things like that. This is basically the tutorial for the spring chicken mechanic. And then the Anxiety Tower version is, like, the more hardcore version, I guess. And all that stuff. We're gonna do a little wall jump up here to climb this section. And there we go. That's the intended introduction to the spring chicken mechanic. But, you know, I'm cool and different, so we did that last. So, why not? Alright, so up here, got some moving platforms here. Yeah. Alright, so we got a little bit of back and forth we gotta do here. As you can see, these platforms are, oh my gosh, speak. They're inside the wall. That's what they're doing. And they're not gonna pop out like those ones down there are, so we need to get them popped out. And the switch to do that is over here. Gotta do a little shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Slide down. Alright, when we ground pound this button, that will give us access to this room. And in this room, we have to get access that will allow us to open this block as well. So as you can see, we got some more things we gotta do. So we gotta make our way all the way back as we try to not get hurt by the lag spike, because those are not fun. And I would prefer if they died forever. Alright, so to slide that other block out, we need to go over here. Whoa, I don't know why I double wall jumped there. I didn't mean to do that. But whatever. Alright, we have our first checkpoint. What's up, Alexis? Oh, that's the name. Those spring bees should be able to bounce off walls, too. Just remember to do a headbutt again after springing so you can go further. Thanks, dude. Hey, there's no way from up here. Maybe that target up there does something. Maybe so. Like, maybe it pulls out the block that we're looking for. Let's do it. Alright, first we gotta pull this platform out. We gotta be quick and get the spring chicken. Do a little bounce up here. And then when we hit this button, this will give us some platforms. Or rather, it'll give us a trampoline, so we can go over here. Ow. I probably should have slid down the wall to avoid that. To get across this gap, we need to just spring off the wall like that. Just like we did in Anxiety Tower. Alright, then once again, bounce off there, spring off the wall, do a little headbutt to grab onto that ledge. Sweet. Alright. And then once we bash into this block, that will slide the block out on the other side, allowing us to proceed forward. Alright, and we do still need to make our way back. I guess we could just fall to our death and then respawn over there. But I like being alive, so we're gonna do this instead. Hit this button, which will slide that block out, and then we can do a little spring, and there we go. Back safe and sound. Alright, now we need to make our way all the way back to the other side of the tower. I'm gonna cut ahead and do that, because we already saw that. We don't need to see it again. No, okay. Phew. Alright, that was close. I already fell once on the way here that I cut out, but here we are, we made it. Alright, let's go over here and do a little 1-2 wee. Grab the bat. Jump over here, do a little bouncy bounce, and wee! Going through hoops. Superman 64. Alright, so here we have a big whole gauntlet here. Let me refill on health over here. Well, this is confusing. That bombie is flying too high to stab. I didn't know they could do that. And those wall boosters are too far away from them. You can reach them though, just remember to wall jump after doing a side jump. Alright, so we have basically a big platforming puzzle challenge we gotta do. We have to find a way to get to that bomber so that we can blow open that thing over there, which will give us a spring chicken that will give us access to that room over there. That's our goal. As you can see, we have a little turtle in that cage there we need to free. So let's go do that. Alright, do a little side jump. Wait for this to turn off. And then do this. Alright. Gonna do a quick little dig. Alright, and this part's a bit tricky. Let's wait for this to pass by. Ooh, okay. Alright, this part's... We're just gonna rush through here. There we go. Alright, here we are. Doop, doop, doop. Let's do a little unscrew. Whoa, my gosh! Okay, I thought I messed up for a second. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. That would have been very bad. Okay, there we go. Alright, and I guess I could, like, go the long way to get down safely, but that's too boring. I'm gonna just do this. It's fine, it's whatever. Alright. Let's get this guy, and then if you remember, you have to dig under him, and then do a little jump to knock him over. And that will give us the ability to bounce up and grab this guy. Excellent. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get our Spring Bee. Now I can call them by their actual name, finally, after calling them Spring Chickens this whole time. Dip, dip, dip. Well, let's be honest, Spring Chicken is totally, like, a better name. That totally a missed opportunity there. They call them Spring Chickens. Like, the pun was right there. Come on. Anyway. Alright, we got our Spring Chicken. I'm sorry, Spring Bee. I'm sorry, let me use the canonical name. Okay, now... Okay, that guy's over there. Sometimes that turtle will be a jerk and be way too close to this cage. And make, like, bouncing off of it kind of difficult. But luckily he's way over there, so we can just do that. Jump up there. Alright. And we still don't have a checkpoint yet, so if you do die, like, the turtle will be out of the cage. But you will have to go and get the Spring Chicken again, which does involve, like, blowing open the wall and doing all of that again. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. You're not quite out of the woods yet. There we go. Whoa, okay. Owie, okay, I just walked right into that. That's my bad. That's me being a dum-dum. Alright, we gotta do a little back and forth wall jump in here to avoid these. Doop. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. That could have gone better, but that's fine. Now we have a checkpoint. Keep climbing! These spring bees will bounce off of dirt, as well it seems. I can read. Reading's fun. You say anything else? Nope, you say the exact same thing. Okay. Taught me to talk to you twice to say different things, but so far you've been saying just the same thing. Kind of disappointing me there, Alexis. I expected better from you. Alright, up we go. This part can be a bit of a pain in the butt, kinda. We have to do all of this, and then do that. And we have this. And then once we get the spring chicken... Well, geez. There we go. Then once we get that spring chicken, we then have to go all the way back, but we can't do any headbutting action. Or else we'll bash into something and spring off of it, and that's not fun. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now we just gotta jump over here. And now that we have the spring chicken, we can bounce up here. And dig through this patch of dirt. Ground pound this. Go up here. And then, whoop, not do that. I don't know what the heck happened there. Here we are. Alright, let's grab this checkpoint really quick. And not fall to our death, please. That would be very bad. Alright. You gotta light up all those cubes to open the door. Spring Bee can bounce off walls after you shoot him, too. Alright, cool. Alright, so we have a bit of a puzzle here. It's, like, mildly annoying. Because we gotta do, this first of all. Just gotta, whoop, I missed. You have to kinda, like, just, you can't hit it from here without having to bounce him off walls and stuff. You can just hit him from, like, the edge. Let's try that again. Gosh darn it, seriously? Okay! There we go, okay. Alright, so that one's not too bad, but the one that's a bit of a pain in the butt is this one way over here. Because we gotta do some wall bouncing action and ricochet him into the cube. And that went terribly, so every time you miss that, you gotta run all the way back here. And I think if you, like, fall and die, the cubes reset, so you do have to turn them all on again. So I recommend you do this one first, just to get it out of the way, because it is the hardest one. Whoop. There we go. Alright. So now that those two are out of the way, the other two are, really, really simple. Actually, I guess, like, these three are, that one, this one, and that one. It's really that one in the corner that's the difficult one. The rest are relatively simple, despite how painfully difficult I was making that first one look, but it's really not that bad, trust me. Alright, got one more. This one's gonna be moving around, but again, pretty simple. There we go. Alrighty. I think that's the most time-consuming one out of all of them. I think the rest is pretty straightforward from here on out. Alright, we got some spiders here. Again, make sure you time your head bashes right, so the spiders don't knock you back when you're trying to head bash them. Just gotta be patient and time it correctly. There we go. I hear a little thingamajiggy. There you are. Alright, let's get some health back if I can. There we go. Awesome. Alright, these ones are gonna be sliding in and out of the wall. Careful. Alright. Alright, oh wait, I gotta do it, this way. Whoa. Alright, and when we make our way over here, we have the return of the three-headed dragon! Oh dear. They'll be blowing fire on you, so be careful. I forgot what the let go button was for a second. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, they're gonna be blowing fire on you. Be careful. Again, it's all a matter of timing. Oh, there's only two dragons here, so I guess it's more like the two-headed dragon, in this instance. That's fine. Wow, we a rocket ship! Don't ask me how to fly that thing. I'd probably crash it. If you fell from up here, it will take a long time to reach the bottom. So just try to land on a ledge or something, and I'll transport you back here. Sure thing, Alexis. Thanks for the help. Do you say anything else? Wow, you're really, you've been really disappointing me lately, Alexis. I expected better.
Talk to me twice and I'll tell you different things.
Talks to you twice so that you don't say anything else. Big sad. Anyway, we gotta go up here and smash this. Alright, we gotta smash open that window, and then that will give us a button. And doing that, we'll flip this around, which will give us a wall jump place. Or wall bounce, rather. So we can get over here to this little rocket ship. And then we, Alexis says she's flying it might cause her to crash it, but luckily, that's what we want her to do. Gotta crash the ship in there, which will give us a pathway up to the top of the tower. Which we are getting close to the top of, by the way. We're nearly there. Alright, we need our little spring bird guy again. So that we can get up here. What? Alright. So here we have a bit of a linear section. So we go over here, we, what? Oh, jeez. Okay, giant socks and shoes. Alright, this guy's gonna be chasing you. You just need to just book it. Don't even think about it. Don't worry about it. Just go. Just run as fast as you can. Oh, and try not to do that, because that's bad. If he catches up to you, he's gonna kick you off the edge, and it's instant death. Like, immediate. Like, well, not instant death in that you lose all your health, but instant death in that you, like, respawn immediately, and that's not good. So let's try to make our way over here quickly. Okay. Alright, there we go. So now let's unscrew this, and now we'll drop an anvil, and boom. There we go. That stuns him, so we can use him as a trampoline, head bash him. Up we go. Alrighty, and this is the home stretch right here.
Almost there! Wall springs work just as if you were using a spring bee. Headbutt after using to go further.
Thanks for giving me the tutorial for that at the very end of the game. Alright, disappointed me at the very end. Thanks, Alexis. Alright, so this one's a bit weird. Let me see if I can show... Yeah, okay. For some reason, I don't know why, I only experienced this problem in this specific section. Where, like, usually when you headbutt something... Yeah, you'll be able to, like, wall jump off it like that. And it'll be fine, but for some reason, Seve really doesn't like to... There we go. Seve really doesn't like to do a wall jump up on that section specifically, and I don't know why. I swear I'm pushing the wall jump button to get him to do it, but for some reason he just won't do it a lot of the time, and I don't really understand why. It's literally just on this one section. I've literally game overed here. Because he just would not wall jump off this little platform here for some reason. It's very weird. No other section in the game does that, but that one does, and I'm not sure why. Alright, anyway, so, let's unscrew this. And that'll give us a crank, so we can flip this around to go even higher. Let's spin this. There we go. Dude, we're almost there. This is the last little section right here. Let's bounce off this bubble, grab this ledge, head bash this, which will give us another crank. Spin this part of the tower around. Oh no! Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so we gotta grab that and not fall to our death this time. Go over here, jump up this. We'll jump through this ring, bounce up here, and over here we have a giant wall spring panel over there. So let's get ourselves turned around if we can. Okay, fine. There we go, that gets us a big jump, and here we are! We made it! Alright, Alexis, where's our nachos? We did it!
Magnificent! You've reached the top! Yeah, darn right. Now where's my infinity nachos? You ain't got my nachos! I'll kill you! No, Seve, listen! That nacho dream was a trap the devil set to control you with your own desires. To then use you in dark sacrificial rites involving latex horse costumes and jello.
Excuse me? What?
Oh yeah, right. Like I'm gonna believe that. Even so, if you kept having that same dream night after night, your corn powers would grow weaker and weaker. Until one day, they'd all be gone, and I would never find you again. Oh, really? You care about me that much? Well, actually, I don't have any other friends, so... Anyways, you need to get out of this realm through that vortex up there. Oh, well... No! No! I still want my nachos, darn it! I bet you still got them. You're probably hiding them in that portal somewhere. So hand them over, you!
Whoa! Oh dear. What? Seve?
Whoa! Hey! I thought you said only that you could do this. This is a special launch portal I made for you. Are you ready?
Huh?
Huh? Ready for what?
You were supposed to interrupt me there, Alexis. You really delayed your cue there. I don't... Wait, what you...
Oh, golly! Bye, Sid! I'll find you in the next realm!
Wow, alright, we made it out. You little gremlin, you stinky little... What can you do, am I right? Oh, man. Anyway, there we go, guys. That's it. That's Corn Kidz 64. That's the end of the game. And we have our credits right here. As far as I know, I think this was mainly made by one guy, which is really darn impressive. All of the music he got from other sources, so hopefully none of them try to copyright strike me or anything, because that would make me really sad. But yeah, mainly, this was mainly done by one guy, which is really, really cool. You did a really good job here, dude. I really enjoyed the game. What did I think of it? I think it's awesome. Like I said, when I first got it, this was like basically like my hyperfixation for like a few weeks straight. Because I was just playing it non-stop. I love the controls and everything. It's just, this kind of game is my jam. I'm really into it. Really fun stuff. Only problems I would say I have with it, like some of like the side stuff can be like a little cryptic when talking about like the void screws and stuff. There were like a few things where it's like, oh, how the heck was anyone supposed to figure that one out? And things like that. I also wish that there was like a way to like keep track of like your collectibles, like how like most collectathon platformers do, where there's like a menu that shows you like what parts of the level you've collected everything and which parts of the level you still have stuff left to do. They do kind of give you something like that when you like 100% like Anxiety Tower and stuff. Like after you beat Anxiety Tower, they give you that little progression thing at the bottom. I guess that kind of counts, but I wish there was a way to just access that whenever you want to. Because like I said, like I have had instances where like I'm missing that one XP cube somewhere, and I have no idea like what level I'm missing it in, or what part of the level I'm missing it in. So I just kind of have to just run around and guess. So yeah, I do wish they kind of did something like, gave it something like that you could just access like whenever the heck you wanted to. So yeah, other than that, other than those two things, I really enjoyed this game. Oh yeah, I guess one other thing. I didn't think to mention this because, like, it's not really something that bothers me. I've thought about this, like, in my Scholar and Flux walkthrough, too. It is a short game. It's very short. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can beat this game in, like, 2.5 hours. So, like, it is a really short game, and I know that's a thing that bothers some people, but it does not bother me. Like, as long as it's fun, I'm cool with it, and this was a really, really fun game. Like, I joked earlier, like, showing that screenshot of, like, my total playtime of this game. So, like, you know, replayability, you know, that's what matters. Like, you know, like, being it the first time, it can be short, but, like, as long as it's fun, I'll be playing it for hours regardless. So, it really doesn't bother me either way. So, yeah, so, other than that, this was a really good game. I really, really enjoyed it. If you couldn't tell by now, as the credits roll, they kind of show, like, the whole cast of characters, which is, pretty neat. Got all the pigs here and all that stuff. And, yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. The controls are fun. I really liked the writing and comedy in this game. Like, obviously, this game's not really, like, plot-heavy. like, at all. There's, like, basically almost no plot at all. But the writing was still good regardless. Like, I really like the comedy in this game, and all that stuff. And when it comes to games, like, you know, plot's not really, like, my first priority. Like, if the game has a good plot, that's more like the icing on the cake, like the little cherry on top as, like, a neat little bonus. I don't necessarily need a good plot to enjoy a game. I just need the gameplay to be good, and the gameplay in this is really good. I really had a good time with this game overall. So yeah, I think we're coming up on the end of the credits here. Alright, we got introduced to our two main characters, that's usually the end. And then after this, we have one more thing, we have the end! Heck yeah! Good stuff, bro. Good game you made here, really enjoyed it. Do-do-do-do-do.
Ooh, kitty.
Aww. Aw, that's sweet. Alright, and that's about it. Now, you can reload the game and go back and pick up right where you left off. After you beat the game, you can just return here and still have access to all the levels and stuff. So if you didn't get all the XP, for example, or you haven't 100%ed it or anything, you do still have the ability to go back and run around to the previous levels and do whatever the heck you want to. And if you want to start the game completely over, what you gotta do is you have to hold down the left and right triggers like so, and then hit the A button to erase the save file, and then start over that way, which is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, to just get, like, one more little gripe out of the way. I notice a lot of, like, Unity, like, indie games specifically do that, where the only way to start the game over is to just erase the save file completely. I'm not really a fan of that. Like yo, indie devs, like, multiple save files, please. I like keeping my 100% completion file. Please, just make other save files. That's my one desire. That'd be great. Awesome. All right, thanks. So. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. I think that about covers everything. We've gotten everything there is to do. We did a full 100% playthrough, or 110% playthrough, I guess I should say. And, yeah, that's pretty much everything there is to do here. That's the end of my walkthrough for the game Corn Kidz 64. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this walkthrough, why don't you subscribe, or check out some of my other walkthroughs. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. See you later, everyone.